Hello, my name is Hildy Bonhaus, and I am the coordinator for the Glendale Memorial Day Parade and Ceremony. I am so excited today for This is Glendale to introduce to you two members of our River Rats Flyover team. But first, a message from our mayor, Mike Bessel.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Mike Bessel, Mayor of the Village of Glendale, and Hildy, thank you for that introduction. Every Memorial Day, Glendale residents, family, and friends gather together to honor those veterans who gave their lives in service to our great nation. Our ceremonies typically include a parade and speeches from some of our veterans, prayers from clergy, an essay contest where children tell about what Memorial Day means to them, and finally the 21-gun salute and the playing of taps to honor all the fallen veterans. One key element of all our ceremony is a flyover by the Cincinnati River Rats. It includes a maneuver called the Missing Man Formation. This is designed to simulate the loss of a soldier in battle, and it's a deeply moving maneuver that really honors all of the veterans who gave their lives for our country. And so we're here again with Hildy, and as she said, a member of the Cincinnati River Rats, Scott, and a member of Red Line, Ken, and they're going to talk more about the flyover and the Memorial Day ceremony and what that means to Glendale and all of our veterans.
Today we have two members of the River Rats joining us, Scott Hersha and Ken Rieder. They volunteer their time, their airplanes, and their gasoline to make our Memorial Day ceremony extra special. I'd first like to invite Scott to tell us a bit about his career, his background, and his Glendale connection.
Hi, I'm Scott Hersha. I'm a former Glendale resident. I don't live here anymore, but we're close by. My background is I'm a retired Delta Airlines captain. I also flew corporate jets for a while. I've had 6 of these RVs, like we're flying at the parade. And the history of this flyover started with Ron Gilliam, who used to live in Carruthers Pond area. He was a decorated Vietnam War hero, has a Purple Heart, and he doesn't live here anymore either. But he started this about, I think, 12 or 14 years ago. And after he moved away, I continued it. So we have a lot of fun. We practice a lot, the River Rats. Ken's going to tell you a little bit more about how we do that and what a missing man formation is.
My name's Ken Rieder. I'm a current Glendale resident and an airline captain with Spirit Airlines, also an aerobatic formation pilot. We've been flying with the River Rats for years, and we've do the Memorial Day Parade flyover for, probably the last dozen years. It's an honor to be able to do this for Glendale and for the veterans, but to fly over the parade, we do a couple formations. One of them is a missing man formation. The missing man formation is specifically to honor the fallen aviators or pilots. Part of the flyover is we come over and one of the guys will split off and turn west. That is to honor the fallen aviator. It's fun to be able to do that here at Glendale every year.
So, Scott, why don't you tell us a little bit about where you start off from and how you take off in formation and what it's like to be up there in the air?
Okay. We're going to be taking off from Butler County Airport. It's about 5 miles from here. We'll brief the formation before we take off, and we have timing set out. Hildy has set up a schedule, and we have a pretty good idea when we need to be over this target at the right time. So we'll take off. We'll make a couple of passes. You'll probably see us flying over a couple of times in different formations. Then we'll go out over the former Blue Ash Airport area, Sharonville, and just circle and loiter out there, waiting until the missing man formation starts. So timing is difficult because This is never exactly the same time every time we do it. People make speeches and things like that. And if we're way out there over Sharonville and they say, okay, the 21 gun salute is starting, it might take us 4 or 5 minutes to actually get here. So we have to be ready ahead of time. So from I-75 and Sharon Road, it's about a little less than 1 minute in here. We're flying at 1,000 feet above the ground, and we're going to be going about 155 miles an hour. That gives us energy on both ends so we can accelerate and we can decelerate. Airplanes will go faster than that, but we don't want to, because if we get behind, you can't catch up. So Ken knows all about that kind of stuff because he does really close formation aerobatics and air shows, and he knows how to do that. Plus, he's got the equipment to do it with. So he has smoke on his airplane. 2 other pilots may or may not have smoke, but Missing Man should have smoke, and you'll see him pull up and go. Well, actually, we're going to be going west. We can't go north-south like we usually do because you wouldn't even see us because, you know, you got so many nice big trees here. So we'll be coming right down Sharon Road, headed west. Missing Man will pull up and head that way also. So
when you're at the Glendale Memorial Day ceremony, everyone is looking up in the sky because the River Rats are not the only planes in the sky. So last year we had some planes from Wright-Patterson going south. They were obviously a lot bigger than ours. And there were some warbird planes from the warbirds. So for us, the key is our planes go right up and down Sharon Road. So if you're looking, our planes will be the ones going down Sharon Road.
I've spoken to the lead in the Cincinnati Warbirds and told him to stay away while we're doing this. And if he doesn't, I know where he's going. So we're going to go ruin his parade too.
Ken, you have anything to add?
No, yeah, it's a lot. It takes a lot of time and practice. You know, there's going to be probably 6 airplanes, and there's one guy leading, one guy that figures out the time to get over the target and all of this. But the rest of the guys are all looking at the lead, and they don't look away the whole time. So it's a big trust factor with all of this. It's something that not everybody can do. We practice to bring everybody up to speed to be able to do this. I do it quite a bit, but it's still flying with new guys and all of us getting together. And it is to be able to do it over a parade, over the Memorial Day parade like this is there's a whole lot of good feelings that go on with this too. It's great to be involved in something like this.
Yeah, we're really happy to honor our veterans, all of our veterans. And like Ken said, we practice quite a bit. We don't fly with anybody that we haven't flown with before and that we know we can trust because we're just a few feet apart. And you don't get to swap paint with somebody and talk about it later. So we are really focused in doing this.
So I'll add to this that the River Rats have a representative on the ground sitting here at the parade, at the ceremony. And we work very hard to figure out the timing. I think that Scott mentioned that we give them a 3-minute warning. Well, that would be about the last 2 minutes of the reading of the war dead and then the 21 gun salute and taps. So we have to keep track before then to know when we're going to get to that. But it's very important to the River Rats and to the veterans that we try as hard as we can to get the timing right and that the Missing Man happen as TAPS is ending. But as you've heard, there are a lot of things that have to fit together because planes can't idle on the corner of Chester Road like a car could and come exactly when we want them to. I had the opportunity last year to go up in the plane with Scott, and it was quite an experience. It was smaller than I thought, and we didn't fly as high, but I got a real introduction to what Scott mentioned about just watching the plane in front of you and the added complication of keeping in formation, taking off in formation, staying in formation, landing in formation. And we're very fortunate to have such a talented group of pilots want to join us for Memorial Day and to bring their expertise and enthusiasm to Glendale. I'd like to thank Mayor Bessel for joining us, and also to Scott and Ken for sharing their time with us. And we look forward to all of you in Glendale joining us on Memorial Day for our parade and our very important Memorial Day ceremony.